Head Above Water channel, thank you for tuning in. Now, the title of this video is called How to Know When a Woman Truly Likes You in Asia. A lot of us males that are in America and Europe, we're used to the obvious signs that come from a woman to show that they like us. Okay? We're used to the obvious signs that come from a woman showing that they're not really interested. Red flags, and we're used to the excuses as well. In Asia, it's a little bit different. We're talking about people that their culture is different, the way they think is different, the way they operate is different. So there's different obvious signs that they like you, and with comes the good, comes the bad, which means it comes the excuses as well. And a lot of you guys need to pick up on when a woman isn't really feeling you out here. You need to pick up on some of the excuses that they have that you've never really heard before in your life. Okay? And I'm going to shine some light on that. So there are three different types of women out here. There are half-ass choosing women. There are women who just want to hook up with you just for sex, whether it be a prostitute or whether it be a woman who is, going through a situation with a boyfriend. They split up, they're taking a break from each other, maybe a week, or maybe she's mad at her boyfriend or her husband, and she messes around with you for a night or two just to get back at him. I've been using that way out here before. You ask a woman, okay, your last dude, how long was your last relationship or whatever? Oh, we just broke up last week. Or when did you break up with your last dude? Oh, we just broke up last week. So you pretty much know, okay, you guys are probably going to get back together anyway. So whatever, I'll just, I don't mind just being used for sex at the moment. I accept it. That's just a part of the game. Okay. And there are women out here who truly want a relationship and are looking for marriage with a foreigner. Okay. But you need to understand the different excuses that women have out here in Asia. Okay? So let's get right to it. Women that like you out here don't have any excuses as to why they cannot come see you or communicate with you. Okay? Let me repeat that again. Women that truly like you don't have any excuses as to why they cannot come see you or communicate with you. Okay? So the women that I've had long-term relationships out here, we would communicate every single day. It's not like we would just text all day. You don't want to text somebody and annoy them. You don't want to be annoying, but you communicate every day, and there's not really any excuse as to why she can't meet up with you or why she's not available for you to not go see her. Okay? And a lot of times, women that really like you out here, they become kind of clingy. Okay, that's just normal over here. With the white dudes, it's a little bit, on a different level. But with people of color, black, Hispanic, East Indian, when a woman truly likes you out here in Asia, naturally they're just clingy. Okay, they always want to come see you. They want to cook for you. I was thinking about making this one dish and blah, 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 blah. I want to make it for you. Oh, okay. They come over and they make it for you. Well, which is nothing wrong with it. It's something you like, but they're kind of clingy in the beginning. Okay. When you message them, if they're not busy doing anything, it doesn't take that long to get a response from them. Okay. If you ask them like, hey, come by after work, if they don't have any family issues that they have to attend to, more than likely they're going to come see you. Or if they're not busy with work later on, more than likely they're going to come see you. I've had women where they had to get up early in the morning and they got off late at night and they still came by to spend the night with me, and they had to change their clothes and they went to work the next day. I'm telling you, a lot of these white dudes, you have women out here in Asia that hook up with some of these white dudes, and within the first week, they're asking him for his baby. I've literally met white dudes have told me this, and they show me the text messages. Okay, I'm not joking. Okay, but for women that kind of half-ass choose on guys, there are different excuses, okay? And I'm gonna go down the list of them. Okay. This is pretty popular in Japan. A lot of women in Japan, what they'll do is they use like a communication app. A form of communication they use is called Line Messenger. They communicate with people. They don't text. They use Line Messenger. It's kind of like WhatsApp on steroids. Okay. So they use Line Messenger. They'll exchange Line Messenger IDs with people that they met wherever, at the club, at a coffee shop, at work, wherever. And okay, you meet a woman, you exchange Line Messenger IDs, you're talking for a couple of days, and you're like, okay, let's set up a date. Let's meet up. And she tells you, like, let's say it's January, right? And you're like, hey, let's meet up this weekend. She'll tell you, oh, I'm busy. Okay, well, what day are you free? Well, I won't be free until April. You have a lot of women that do that. And basically, I mean, that's obvious that she doesn't really want to get to know you like that. And you just need to charge her to the game and just let her go. Okay? That's a no-brainer. Okay, moving on. If a woman, for whatever reason, can't FaceTime you, that's another excuse out here. Women out here in Asia, especially in Thailand, they love to FaceTime. Okay? Like, if you get on a train early in the morning, you'll see a bunch of women in business suits FaceTiming their dudes on the phone, and they're just sitting at home chilling. They'll FaceTime them early in the morning. Okay? You see people FaceTiming while they're walking and talking all the time out here. Women love to FaceTime out here. So if a woman if she always has an excuse as to why she cannot FaceTime when she's at home, then that's a red flag. Either she has a boyfriend, either she has a husband, or something. If she can never FaceTime at home, there's somebody in the area. She has to be on her phone and text somebody else and keep that line open at all times. Okay? So that's a red flag. That means she's really not into you like that. Okay? Another thing is women who don't really want to meet up with you. It's like they like you. They want you to come by. You guys, you go over to her place. Y'all do the do. You have sex. She's asking you to come over or whatever. But when you ask her to come over to your place, and she never wants to go to your place, she never wants to meet up with you anywhere halfway, she always wants you to go over there, that means she's truly not into you. I had a woman once who swore up and down she just wanted to be with me, and so I went over to her place, did the do, went over to her place another time, went to the club. Then when I asked her to come to my place, she said okay. I was like, okay, 12 o'clock afternoon the next day. Next day came around, 2 p.m., crickets. I messaged her. I'm like, hey. She goes, oh, I just woke up. I'm like, okay. And I never heard from her after that. She didn't say, I apologize, I'm on my way, or, let's set up, let's set up another day for me to come by, maybe tomorrow, nothing. And then another time when I asked her to come over, she never showed up. So you got to let women like that go and stop, giving people the benefit, just stop giving people passes out here. Okay. Another thing is the culture excuse. If women say that, and I understand, culture, this, that, and the third, but sometimes women will throw that whole culture excuse at you just to get out of doing something. Just for example, like if I asked a woman to come over or come by, stop by my place, and she's like, oh, Chinese culture, Japanese culture, Thai culture, you know, I can't come over, blah, 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 Taiwanese culture, I can't. That's an excuse. That whole culture excuse, when somebody throws culture at you like that, if that's just a convoluted excuse sometimes. It depends on the situation, not all the time. You don't want to ask a woman to do anything that's going to compromise her integrity, okay? But if it's just something simple like, hey, come over, or if they throw that culture at you, you just want to let them go, okay? Another thing, women who always cancel or putting little shit before you got to let them go. There was another woman, and in the half-ass choosing women, they're always the finest women. You notice that? The women who they never go all the way with you, they're the ones that, you know, they came up to you, they approached you, they said they wanted to get to know you, and they're always fine as hell. I'm talking about lowrider magazine model fine. I remember one of my this one girl that lived down the street from me, we met on Tinder. She was fine as hell. You know, 29 years old, fine as hell. She had a good job. The thing is she was single. She never had kids. And she was just kind of, you know, playing the field for so long that, you know, 30 was on the horizon for her. And she still didn't have a dude. So the Thai men didn't want her. You know, if you're 25 and older out here, it don't matter. You could be fine as hell with a good job. Asian men don't want you. You know, that's just kind of the unwritten rule out here. Okay, I talked about that in some of my previous videos. But with her, she came over, she showed interest in the beginning, and I think she was just going through a dry spell where she was like, she really liked white dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I think she was going through a dry spell. Her dude broke up with her. She was lonely. And, you know, basically, we talked or whatever, she came by. But there were times I asked her to come by, and she said, okay, I'll come by right after work. She got off work at 5 o'clock. She went to the gym. She was like, oh, you know, I'm going to the gym, and right after the gym, I'll go home, take a shower, and come by. I'm like, okay. You're waiting. 10 o'clock rolls by. 11 o'clock rolls by. She calls me on FaceTime. Oh, I'm still in the gym. 12 o'clock rolls by. 12:30 rolls by. Hey, let's meet up another time. I'm going to go to sleep. Now, you got off work at 5 o'clock. You went straight home. Okay? It doesn't take 6-7 hours to get an intense workout in, which really was just an excuse for her not to come over. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's set up another day. Another day comes by. You know, she was like, okay, yeah, I'll be over there at this time. I'll be over there at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. She's like, she doesn't come over. Okay? Some women, they'll put their cat before you. They'll put the gym before you. They'll put their friends before you. They'll put, you know, they'll put a bad hair day before you. They have every little excuse as to why they can't come over. Or if you do meet up with them, it's extremely late. And you're always questioning this person as to how come they're not messaging you back right away. How come they don't ever come over when I ask them to come over? How come they're always late? It's because they're really not into you. It's somebody else. It's another dude. Okay? It's another dude. Okay? And you don't have to stand around and be the fiddle. You don't have to let this woman play you like a fiddle. There are other women in the world. There are other women in the city. There are other women in your neighborhood. Okay? So let's move on. Women who always want you to take them out and pay for everything, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Okay? She's not really into you. Okay? There are women who they want you to take them out to a restaurant. They order every goddamn thing on the menu. They barely eat it all. They don't even eat half of it. You know, you're running up a bill and you're like, okay, whatever. All right. Like, hey, won't you come over? Oh, I got stuff to do. Let's meet up another day. You know, the next time you guys meet up, it's the same thing. Y'all go to a restaurant, she want to go to some restaurant. She orders the most expensive drink, the most expensive plate, 3 plates, barely eats it all. And she's sitting there looking at you like, hey, you know, pay for it. I've ran into women like that out here. I've ran into 1 or 2 women like that out here. Most women who really like you out here, you know, they kind of feel bad that you are paying. A lot of women that I've had long-term relationships with out here, they pay for themselves. I mean, there's nothing for me to pay. It's just, you know, it's just that. I mean, that's very ignorant to just run up a guy's bill, just to run up the bill like that, and you're not even going to eat it, just to be disrespectful. Okay. Another thing is, if she is disrespectful towards you, if she talks to you, she talks down to you, she says little slick jokes, then she doesn't really like you. She's just kind of with you. It's like she has to be with you because she can't find anybody else. I remember there was this one woman I was dating out here. She was real fine, Filipina chick. And sometimes, like, she would, you know, she was very critical of my apartment. You know, she would say disparaging things about my apartment, but it was clean. I was downtown. I was living in a nice apartment while she lived by the airport where she didn't even have air conditioning. Had no AC. She lived in cheap apartments, which, I mean, I don't care, but, you know, you want to talk down on my place. And then, you know, when I would check her on a disrespectful attitude, she would say, oh, you're young. You're so young. You know, you're young. Well, if I'm so young, get the fuck up out of my place then. Okay? Here I am. I'm being nice to you. I'm opening up my home to you. I'm sharing my world with you. And you're being disrespectful to me. And I haven't been disrespectful to you. All right, well, go find somebody else. Because that particular woman, that woman in particular, her last dude, she was dating some older white dude. The dude would just come by fucking and leave. It would just come by fucking and leave. Here I am. I'm treating you like a human being, like a girlfriend, and you're talking down on me? No. You can go. Okay? You can go. Okay? Don't let people disrespect you just so that they can, it's an ego boost for them. Like, just stay away from women like that. So women who are really truly into you, you know, they're kind of clingy. They don't have any excuses as to why they cannot come see you. They don't put little shit before you. Okay? And they truly try to genuinely get to know you. Okay? They go out of their way for you. Okay? So that's all I got right now. Hit the like button, leave a comment, you know, throw some suggestions out there on some video topics. I'm out. Peace.